Very good morning, sir.
Uh, Mr. Krishnan Roy, last Sunday, there were two sessions, block one and block two were covered. And
Okay.
whereas in the today's morning session, I've been covering the block three. And until now, I did discuss about what is conventional training, what is participatory training
Okay.
with respect to the adult learners.
Can I say
Yes,
something, sir?
Krishnan.
Yeah. So, sir, I'm so sorry. Actually, I'm also faculty, and but I last Sunday I had a session, so I missed classes. No, so
Oh,
if you can give me a brief of it and we can start further, that would be great. I mean, that would be helpful.
uh,
Just a brief of it, so that at least I can just connect with things and we can continue. Just a brief.
yes, yes, yes. So actually, I'll send my PPT to regional center and regional center. Dr.
Okay.
Hemamali madam will send you the PPT.
Okay.
Is it okay?
Fine. So otherwise, if there's something which I need to connect and I need to understand, then you can give me a brief.
Because
Otherwise,
I can understand what you said. Because today's morning session is this session is related to the block three,
okay.
and
No problem.
luckily, very luckily, even though all the blocks are interrelated, still we can learn each block independently
Okay, sir.
when it comes to adult education. That is the spirit of that.
Okay,
So
sir.
actually, basically, the third block which I have started, okay, I'll just pass on the slides to you. Okay,
Okay.
from slide one to until now, what I've done, I'll just pass on
Okay.
slides to you. You can just have a glance.
Sure, sir.
Are you able to see, Mister this one?
Yes, sir. Yes, it's visible.
So I've taken block three, participatory training and research in adult education. Then unit 9, unit 10, 11, 12 we have participatory training, concept and process, participatory training, methodology and materials, learning environment for participatory training, and participatory research. So I started with unit 9, participatory training. Participatory training, concept and process. Here I just give meaning of what is training. Then I took conventional training. I just told that regular training is like conventional training only. In the conventional training, there is an expert. He or she may or may not consider the knowledge and experience of the participants. Basically, they play prime role. They are the
Yes.
central point of the entire training program. Their intention, of course, is to enable the participant to learn new skills, learn new behavior, gain knowledge, all that. But what is my core of question is this conventional training is not suitable to the adult learners because adult learners they may be non-literates, they can be neo-literates, and they also come out with their amount of experience, their own knowledge. So what I feel, participatory training could be more impacting when it comes to giving training to the adult learners. Okay, just let us see that. Participatory training. Here you can see. So the participatory training, apart from enabling the adults to learn new knowledge, new skills, new behavior, they're also involved in sharing their experiences. And more importance is given to the principles of active learning and adult learning. When we say active learning, principle of it mainly involves learning by doing, learning by observation, learning by participation, learning by interaction, field experiences, experiential learning. And adult learning means adults basically they are with lot of responsibilities. Adults may be either literate or non-literates. And sometimes some of the adults can be neo-literates, basic literates, that's all. And most of them, they have their own experience and all. And adults feel encouraging when we motivate them positively. They feel more encouraging when we enable them to get success in exercises or activities. Because generally some of the adults, they come with low self-esteem. We say that I have a gap. After 15 years, I'm doing a course, like that people used to tell, right? That means they have some sort of lack of confidence on them. So basically, adult learners are totally different from others. May or may not keep themselves updated about the latest happenings. So it becomes really a challenging for the trainer. That means the trainer, you are a trainer, Mr. Krishnan, because you are doing this course. You are doing this course certainly to interact with the local community, right? And you want to give adult education, right?
Yes, sir. So
Yes. And so participatory training is more suggestible when it comes to conventional training, right? But one thing is nowadays, even I'm seeing nowadays that regular trainers, even for universities and all, colleges and all, schools and all, there, wherever the training is given, especially the colleges, universities, the trainers are seeking the opinion of the participants. Not only about how training should go, but also what can be added. That is due to the impact of participatory training. So participatory, the word
agree.
itself says that complete participation of the learners. And particularly for adult learners, they feel threatened when you won't take their opinion. When you listen to them, they become little confident. When you won't listen to them, most of them they get scared. Oh God, what is this? I have to learn so many things. वो बाप रे कौन सा है ये आदमी कहाँ से आ चुका है ये आदमी so ऐसा समझाते हैं वो because generally we see that people who maintain so-called hi-fi were so I mean very active. I should not use the word aggressive, but generally may not connect with the people. When we are little humble, when we listen to them, then people feel like to connect. See, we say that God has given 2 years to us, but many a time we just won't give attention to the listening. We always prefer to speak, but when it comes to adult learners, should listen to them. Fine, we should interact with them. We should involve them in the participatory training, not only soliciting the opinion, the experiences, the knowledge of the learners, but also some of the experts in the local community, they are also taken into consideration while organizing participatory training. हमारा आदमी है ये ट्रेनिंग में हमारा आदमी हमको ट्रेनिंग दे रहे हैं that gives a big confidence to them. Our person is there in the community. And at least, if not in knowledge sharing or experience, the person who is well versed with certain things can assist the trainer in showing the PPT, in introducing the trainer to the local community, all that. So, all these are psychological boosters, right? So, I appreciate you, Mr. Krishnan Rai. You have really taken a very good course and that too under a very good university. See, I can confidently and proudly say that. Usually, I would never use the word proud, but I use the word proud probably only when it comes to IGNO. It is the largest open university in the world.
Agree, sir.
We should, as a world citizen, we should admire not only just as an Indian citizen, but also world citizen. And it is the lifeline for many people across the world. See, even today, like I've done 7 programs in IGNO, and I feel that till my last breath, I'll be learning. So I'm also an adult learner. Maybe I'm a literate, but IGNO is capable of giving me training. They're listening, and it's more encouraging, more diversified. See, we have only one life. Let us contribute to the society to whatever best level we can contribute. Okay. Then next slide, I've shown principles of participatory learning. So here I've shown like participatory training is a participant center. It is participant center. It rises out of the specific needs. In general, specific needs of the vast majority of the people. And the role of the trainer is very, very important. In fact, the not only role, the personality of the trainer should believe the principles of participatory principles. I mean, should believe in the participatory principles. That means active involvement should be there, active learning should be there, should listen to the participants, should involve the participants in knowledge sharing, experience sharing, in taking feedback. Generally, we involve participants in taking feedback, but then in general, we avoid involving them in sharing knowledge. Have you ever seen any trainer who is trying participants in certain skill being paying attention to any participant, asking like, "Can you share something? What I taught you now?" We generally ask, "How was my session?" That is
Have you
evaluation.
understood how? Yeah.
That's what. What I explained, did you understand? I've added this much. Can you add little more? Can any trainer ask that? Generally, most of the
No.
trend may or may not. But things are changing because of the adult education. So adult education is not just about only, see, now under the ambit of adult education, now it is called education for all. Please remember that. Education for all, that includes adults, old people, male, female, transgender. Not only that, even children who are not literates. That's why a very big terminology has been added, that is education for all. But popularly, we have been using adult education. Yes, nothing wrong in that. Because everybody has to go through the stage of adulthood. Adulthood. Adulthood is the ultimate and final stage of the human life. Right. Now, the learning not only imparts new knowledge but also generates awareness. Not only giving knowledge, awareness about the government programs, awareness about the superstitions, awareness about the policies, programs, all that. Skills, awareness, knowledge, literacy, all these are the motto of participatory learning. And here, learning, many a time, it is also derived from the experiences of the learner. Sometimes, in the participatory training, please remember, sometimes certain sessions are given to the learners only. One of the learner who is little bit well-versed can come up, can share certain new knowledge. That is participatory learning. Whereas in the convention training, only the trainer, yes, I taught this, how is my presentation. But in the participatory training, there is a presentation from the trainer, and along with that, even the learner, distant, I mean, adult learners are encouraged to share their thoughts, and they're also encouraged to take the, I mean, mentorship. They can even give new knowledge, pass on, depending upon their caliber, along with the trainer. And especially if participatory training has to become successful, experiential learning should be given importance. Experiential learning is nothing but learning through experiences. Learning mainly through first-hand experiences. Mainly through first-hand experiences in general for most of the topics. First-hand experiences cannot be suggestible only for few things. Dangerous things, which are out of box, which may take more time, except such things wherever there is a possibility, we provide for first-hand experiences and all. Then participatory training, it also requires a learning environment where learners and their experiences are valued and where they psychologically feel secure. Suppose I'm an adult learner, Mr. Krishnan. You are my trainer. I lack in confidence. As a part of my community, I joined your program. You are conducting second session. First session, you taught me about or A, B, C, D. Second session, I'm attending. You announce, yes, all dear adult learners, dear learners. The previous session, we learned about alphabets of English. Now, this session, I'm giving a small activity to you. Don't say test. All of you just memorize and you can discuss also. No problem. Write alphabets. But I lack in confidence. Then what happens? I may not do well. How will you deal with me? Yes, Krishnan. If I
How
am
will I
not able
deal
to
with
produce
it?
what we taught in the previous session.
Sir, because as a trainer, I know that what I am teaching and what I'm training these are interrelated. So if at this moment, as an adult education, we advise them to maybe connected with their some of the friend who know it well, or either we if there is no one who can help, then I would be the one who can help them, because at this age we don't do hand holdings. We can't go and sit with them and tell everything one by one, otherwise rest of the session will be waiting for us. So either we help ask them to get guidance from their friends, or the person who I feel as a leader, or I feel as a person who knows well, I'll ask him to help the person to get aligned what we are doing, and at least I'll give the brief, and rest I'll tell the another as a person to guide him.
Yes. Apart from what you said, mainly the adult learner should know that there is no competition.
Yeah.
Fine.
Obviously,
Fine.
we all are here for learning.
Yes, yes. And it is only, and once trainer should know that he should give more importance to the individual differences. You should not insist them as something like homogeneous. Pratiksha Bansali.
Hello.
Yes, Pratisha Bansali. So welcome
Yes.
to the session. Solidly, we have another participant, Mr. Krishnan Roy.
Okay.
So I've been taking block 3, participatory training and research. Okay, right. Now, so that means, Mr. Krishnan, so I feel more comfortable when you say that, don't worry, I'll read here. We can discuss once again, A, B, C, D, like that. If you give me more time, because I'm a slow learner also. Slow learner concept can be there even in the adult learners. Some adult learners are quick learners. Some of them are slow. So when you value me, when you treat me fairly, then I feel psychologically safe. If even if I fail, if you are taking it positively, I feel more comfortable. Otherwise, I'm scared. Why I need what I get? I have a lot of money and all. Why I should get bothered about you? I have so much of agriculture land. Why think like that? My children will take care of everything. Why should like that? That tendency should not come. This is really a big challenge, especially the families who are well off. If they are not literates, the parents or anyone, attracting them is a big challenge. It is not about poor people alone. Even the people who are good also economically. Fine. Because why we need literate adult learners? Because it promotes better critical thinking, better knowledge. They can contribute to the society. You take any country which is developed, it is we call certain countries as being developed because they have learners cutting across generations, cutting across ages. Right? Then principles of adult learning I was discussing. So already I told adults they come with their own self. Let us respect that self. Generally, some of them with low self concept. And adult learning is an emotional experience. Please remember this. Emotional. That means it should be positive only. Under any circumstances, we should never ever shout on them. How many times I should give training to you? You are a, what is this? Yeah, if you shout like that, women will never come back. And even men also. There should not be any situation, any act of learning that should lead to anxiety, stress, fear, frustration, and helplessness. Helplessness will come. Yes,
Sir, I just want to add one thing. See, I like according to my experience, like I've been teaching for almost 10 years now. So while teaching students, and I'm teaching adults, I'm in also in a university. So while teaching them, even we are more curious to teach those students who tend to learn, like who actually want to learn. And even if they are slow learners, then it doesn't even affect us. We try our best to make them learn the best. But what in case of those? who are even they are indisciplined, and even they are not for the purpose of learning. In the university, they just come for the attendance most of the time, because 75% is a compulsory attendance which they actually want to sit in the exams, and that is the only reason why they are sitting in the classroom. Otherwise, if they are compelled to do it, otherwise, if they would be asking to be free, they won't be coming to the classes. So what how to deal those students otherwise? Because we are being trainer, we are taking care of their emotions, we are taking care of their self-respect, the concept of self, their learning skill, speed, everything. At that case, what should we do with those students who are not eager and curious to learn?
Now, to whom you are handling?
Sorry.
To whom you are handling? To whom you are teaching?
I'm teaching at the university. They are mostly final year graduate students or master
So you are a
students.
university teacher.
Yes, yes.
Which university?
Amity University, sir. Noida.
Hmm? Can you?
Amity University, Noida.
Okay, Amity University, Noida. Okay, fine. So, are you telling about degree students or PG students?
Sir, both, because I cater both. So I mostly teach final year students.
So, you mean to say that university expects that they should score well, right?
Obviously, yeah. We
Acha.
are kind of
So,
a remedial teachers to them. So I mean, we take care of training, skills, placements, everything we take care of this with aptitude exams. So most what happens generally, these students have to sit for a company's placement. Before that, they have to appear for an aptitude, or a lot of the skills they should have related to the like group discussion, personal interview. A lot of things are there. A lot of processes are there. So we train them from the very basic to till they get hired. So it's a process where we work. So I'm a mathematics faculty.
you teach mathematics basically, right?
Yeah, yes,
Acha, to the PG students.
yeah. PG and graduates both, final year.
Okay, okay. Basically, mathematics subject is said to be more of abstract. And generally, learning of mathematics can be made easier depending upon the teacher, we say. So basically, when it comes to maths, the problem solving ability has to be promoted. And especially people should understand the formula, how the formula is arrived, and the theory, and interrelationship among the formula and all. So more of practice. And some people may lack in basic formulas, they might have forgotten. It is all due to the lack of practice only. So encourage them to practice more, discuss with you, and ask them to. So generally in maths, people never go by rote memorization. That's highly impossible in case of mathematics in general. See, other descriptive subjects like chemistry, biology, to certain extent, people can mug up. That is not chemistry, biology, etc. But not maths. One should understand the core of the problem, the core of the formula, all that. So what I mean to say that sufficient practice should be given. Encourage them to speak to you. So you can ask them to personally meet you, talk to them, why there is some gap and all. You inquire any difficulty, any issue. Encourage them to solve the problem, because when it comes to other subjects and all, we can ask them to read as much as possible. Say compared to earlier, now technology is there. The YouTube also we can see a lot of videos and all. People are able to get knowledge not only from the teacher. Teacher is now like a facilitator. And nowadays we get a lot of information in the Google and YouTube, etc. Ask people to be refer as many sources, get thorough, motivate them. So they are, you inform them that you are joined courses. You need to be more active, more alert. In such a way, personally you can call them and tell. And find out why you are not able to catch up with what I'm telling. What is the reason? Any issue for you? Where actually you are struggling? Please let me know. Find out. If you find when you come across such people, you want to say, do you have any underachievers?
So yes, so basically,
Underachievers.
but they, yeah.
Yes.
Sorry,
Yes,
you
Krishna.
were saying something, sir.
Underachievers.
Yes, sir. Basically, see, as I told you, I work for the placements of the students. So for us, our intention is to, maximum student or most every student should get a job, and we try our best to do that. We try to train them accordingly. We try to prepare them for the aptitudes and everything. We try to do this so that maximum number of students can be a part of this placement drives and they can get jobs. But I'm not telling my this thing like no person frustration or something. It's just like experience which I'm having with the students, that whenever we teach them, we like there are many faculties, we all cater the same thing. We go to the classroom, we improve according to the students. We understand they are emotional, we should not deal them with being strict and shouting at them. They'll not come close, they will not try to improve. There are a lot of things are there. So we understand that, we try our best to be more friendly, we are trying our best to be more polite, we are trying our best to improve ourselves, and that is the only reason. See, right now I'm being a mathematics faculty. I'm also a master's in social work and counseling. I work for many NGOs, and I really wanted to work in the community also. So like I just want to try this. I try to understand this age, specifically adult, where being more specific, if I can train myself and if I can understand their psychology or their psyche, so it would be easier for me. It's according to me. I am thinking that maybe I'm wrong. So according to me, I am thinking that it's all about experience. So I have done many field jobs. I have worked in many communities just to understand this. Even I'm doing my master's in psychology from IGNOU itself to understand more on into this, and again certification in adult education to understand the behavioral experiences which we should be keeping to understand the adults. So this is the journey
Yes.
which I am going through, and that is why I'm asking a lot of questions. So if you like, if it's like I should not, it should not be interactive or it should be one way, then we can I'll reduce my
Yes.
questions.
Yes. Yes. Basically, a good teacher should be open-minded, receptive in nature, accommodative in nature, and beside being subject expert. When you are open-minded, accommodative, that means you consider everything with respect to the learners, their individual differences. Sometimes learners may come out with basic questions also. Should be
We
able
understand.
to handle that without losing your patience. We cannot say, "Oh, why you don't know this? How come you joined MSc?" We cannot tell that because at time what happens, the current life after COVID-19 pandemic, it has resulted to different kind of psychological atmosphere now. We can no more we can say that people are very, I mean, they have a long term memory, all that and all. Yes, everybody has experienced a different type of traumatic experience. So only the thing is that we need to understand people with more of a proactive approach. Then next one. So most of the adults come with intention to learn. They come, yes, they have. They also have interest to learn, depending upon the trainer or teacher. And the learners learn best in an atmosphere of active involvement and participation. Pratisha, what do you mean by active involvement of the learners? How do you involve learners actively as a adult trainers? Pratisha is not able to hear me. Pratisha?
Yes, yes. Actually, I'm traveling and I may cause disturbance, so I am keeping
Okay, okay,
my sound mute.
okay. Okay, no problem. Because I'm trying to involve everyone. That's why I just asked you a question. No problem. Uh, so definitely, adults learn best when it is active involvement. When there is active involvement. Now let us see the next slide. So adult education helps groups to organize, stay together, and grow. People develop their creativity and insights when they work with others. Many a time, due to the lack of confidence, many people may not come out with their own creativity because they have low self-concept. Somebody says that you are having wonderful thoughts, then I may get confidence on me. That is the key in adult education. In adult education, basically, due to the lack of education, many of the people, even if they have creativity, may not have concept, may not have high self-concept. So what I mean to say that in general, in adult learning, more preference for group learning. Sometimes it can be even through individual learning. So you should make them to identify and to solve problem. Collectively, they can recognize their own knowledge, skills, interest, and abilities. Please remember, many a time adult learners want someone to support them. Suppose I propose idea, Mr. Krishnan, you say that I support the idea. Then I feel more confident. They're both basically we are adult learners. When nobody is putting up hand, then what happens? I may think that yes, my idea is not good. What I'm saying is may not be good. What I mean to say that a mutual atmosphere should be there, cooperation should be there. So basically, adult learners do come with that, but sometimes among adult learners there can be a lot of rivalry also. The opinion of differences can be there, and even caste factor, religious factor, all they may get. Generally, sometimes caste factors also. You need to handle sensibly because adult education is not only about giving knowledge, it is also creating awareness about caste-free society. Participation is difficult when there are financial issues. If adult learners they have the financial issues, they fail to give importance to the adult education. Why I should give time in the evening? Basically, in villages and all, after they do the farming, they return to home around 4 o'clock. You know what they do? They would have finished their lunch in the afternoon, say between 12 to 12:30. After 4, they go to the hotels, or they go to the friends, or they go to meet play some activities and all. That is the best time for them. During that time, they are going to organize the adult education. And some of them may go for OT, overtime, work also. Maybe taking up other activities, some other economic activity and all. You need to attract them. So adult education not just necessarily about only in the evening or something. Sometimes when need arises, you need to organize training or any program for the adults according to their convenience as much as possible. Say even in the evening also. So suppose if they say, sir, after 7 it will be convenient for all of us. So 7 to 8 o'clock. You know about the concept of evening colleges? Actually, unfortunately, in the Bangalore, we had one engineering college, which was our engineering college, which was offering engineering course through to the evening learners. But now that permission is removed. That was really beneficial. I don't know why the permission was taken back. It was following all the pro forma protocol, all that. What I mean to say, many of the learners they're not able to attend classes because of different commitments and all. We need to understand their needs and accordingly we should organize classes. Learning environment should be safe and supportive. Already I mentioned a friendly atmosphere is more important. Many a time the trainer is very youngster and the distant learners are, adult learners are more older. Sometimes they are like the age group of mother, father, sometimes very rarely grandfather position also. So they should sensibly deal with them. The trainer, the adult educator should be very sensible. Fine. Then next one, success reinforces learning. Yes. So success reinforces learning. When adult learners they succeed in their activity, their satisfaction motivates them to get more involved. So you give them small activities. Okay. So see the individual differences. Some people even may not be able to use their hand properly, may not be able to hold the chalkpiece. Some people are very quick enough. So there also the concept of average, slow learners, average learners, gifted learners may come. There are people who are underachievers. They could not get education because of different things, but they have high rate of common sense, high rate of intellectuality. The moment you provide them learning, they learn quickly. So according to their caliber, you can give the task. According to the caliber of the slow adult learners, you just to consider their individual differences, their needs, and accordingly you teach them. And different adults learn differently. That means we need to use different learning methods to enable them to learn quickly. Next, implications. very important implications for training of adults. So whatever we discussed so far, now how we should offer adult education or any training or any awareness. Let us see the implications very briefly. Mr. Krishnan, you can read out.
Uh, Provide real life situations and emphasize the application of learning to real problems.
Yes.
Identify learners' needs and what is
Real life
important to
situation.
them.
What do you mean by that?
Sir, I mean the experience, the real life experience which they might get in their life. So it's kind of a role play where we let them be a part of that experience.
Okay. See,
And
how to fill bank related form, how to withdraw the money, what and all should be there, what is the Aadhaar. Aadhaar they know, but who has given the Aadhaar? What actually that number mean? Why certain number only is there? These are the real life situations. And even with regard to agriculture, for the farmers, why they can go for crop rotation, how they can ensure using of more of organic farming, farming, about post office, about farming, about day-to-day life. Even you can find out about the dietary habits of the people sensibly, and you can tell if anything is missing. For example, I'm telling you, unfortunately, recently one of the dietitian, a person claimed to be dietitian, she died. She was solely dependent on only one kind of diet. She was telling that this diet will reduce your weight and all like that. Particular fruit only was emphasized for eating. And it was said that, or it was reported that she died out of starvation. The reason was due to starvation she died. The reason was she could not get minerals. She could not get vitamins. So what I mean to say, a balanced diet is important. Right? You can ask people, you are eating ragi ball. Why you want? How? Why you eat? They say we look young, we become more active. Then you have to tell ragi ball has iron. Like ragi ball, there are many other nutrients and all. See, people can be vegetarian, non-vegetarian, without affecting their sentiments. You can tell vegetarians you eat as many as fruits, vegetables, etc. All that. See, depending upon their needs. Sometimes villagers or adult learners are better than us. Should know that first. We should know their previous knowledge, previous experiences. Identify learners' needs and what is important to them that we teach. Learners have the basic knowledge. They know how to write ABCD, how to write alphabets of any language. But there are some needs. They don't have awareness. Awareness on important things. So you can create awareness. That means any adult education should be generally based on their needs only. If they are not literates, give importance to the literacy. If they are neo-literates, give advancement in terms of knowledge. If they are neo-literates, you have a good knowledge of many things, then go for awareness related. Then go for skills and all. Fine. So and even please remember, you know about Mahila Samakya, Mr. Krishnan? Mahila Samakya.
no, sir.
Mahila Samakya is a program, central government program. It was initiated way back in the 1980s, late 1980s, after the National Education Policy 1986 came up.
Okay.
Mahila Samakya basically meant for upliftment of women, empowering them economically and socially. So obviously it has a motto of educating women. Mahila Samakya, we say. So what I
Yes,
mean
sir.
to say, this Mahila Samakya, it is spread almost in the 11 states of India, including Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Karnataka, etc. Fine. because motto is to empower the women. And coming to adult learners, adult education, it is also contributing significantly, if not to all the genders, but to the girls who are dropouts and to the women, and it is training them in basic skills, vocation training. So adult education also means enabling the adults to gain proficiency in some vocation so that they can live on their own. That is also adult education. Many of the people are not proficient in many vocations. See, people who want to stand on their own feet. You can encourage them. See, I have studied up to fourth standard. I dropped a lot of property. But you can try me. You tried me in computers, some any basic programming. So I can be a DTP operator. I can do something. So what I mean to say that many a time we need to provide activities which require active participation of the learners. Provide activities which involve learners as a whole people. Their ideas should be taken, their attitude should not be affected, feelings should be considered, physical being also should be considered. Many a time adult learners, now you know, the mobile has come, this is the mobile era. People are easily distracted, including me, honestly. So I travel in metro in Bangalore. I used to tell my students, like you, the moment I board the metro train, my head will be down like this. Because I'll be looking more into the mobile. What I used to say, get de-addicted. Where how? We should sometimes when we are at home, we can keep the mobile in the home only. Silent mode. 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. We need de-addiction. What I mean to say, so this is what happening. People many a time they get distracted. Sensibly, we should tell them, please keep your mobile in silent mode. We say switch off. No, silent. Use variety of training techniques. There are variety of training techniques in the due course. I'll be telling, and yes, you can read out to Mr. Krishnan.
Establish an atmosphere of respect and understanding of differences, provide opportunities for sharing information, discuss and analyze participants' experiences, use participants as a resource, and encourage them to participate and share their experiences.
I think you understood, right?
Yes, sir.
This is especially the fourth point. Yeah, this
Hmm.
is very important. Use participants as a resource. That is very important. Then next one, steps in participatory training process. Basically, in participatory training, there are two major steps. Pre-training, that
Conducting
is
training.
preparation stage. Preparation is very, very important. Can you read out Mr. Krishnan Roy?
Yes. Conducting training needs assessment, defining objectives, identifying content from the objectives, sequencing the content, and choosing methods.
There are different methods, and methods will vary. If it is the methods will depend upon what kind of knowledge you are offering. If it is
Training.
only knowledge, discussion, lecture method. Skills, training. Awareness, discussion, brainstorming. Either knowledge, awareness, or skills. If knowledge is the objective, then discussion method. Sorry, I can go for lecture method. Awareness, discussion method. Skill, training. So these are the steps. And next one is choosing methods. Very, very important. If the focus of learning is knowledge, as I said, demonstrations, field visit, lecture method. Generally, lecture method is given more importance. So knowledge means I just give knowledge about how to apply for. Suppose if anybody has not applied for Aadhaar, how to apply for Aadhaar, I can tell. If I show them, if I give demonstration, if I give training in both with respect to the steps and all, that means I can combine both lecture method, demonstration, and even a bit of training also. See, basically we say that there is a difference between workshop and training. Workshop is also for skill, developing skill, enabling person to or participants to acquire skill, but simple skills. Training means somewhat complex skills. That is the difference. Seminar means I say I just give only theoretical inputs.
Okay.
Next slide. If it is awareness, we can give structured experiences and even discussion method also. Discussion and enabling the participants to share their experiences and all that. And here you can see the table. You can see it is knowledge, lecture, reading, case study, audio visual, presentation. If it is developing skills, demonstration, practice, practice is must. Demonstration practice are must. Even if you use case study, simulation, role play. Got it.
Yes,
Simulation
sir.
is near reality, we say. Almost near reality. And when it is about changing the attitude, discussion, practice, case study, again, simulation, role play. So especially discussion is important. What do you mean by discussion? We just listen to the other person's opinion. Beside, after we communicate certain things, many people they argue. Instead of arguing, what should discuss? Argument is about whether I am correct or you are correct. But discussion is about which thought is correct, not me or you. Right? So pre-internship, this one, pre-training phase is the first step with regard to the steps in participatory training. After pre-training phase, we have next phase called post-training. The post-training phase, follow-up and report writing. So as a distance, adult trainer should also take up the follow-up. How far people are implementing what I taught to them. You taught them about how to write A, B, C, D, all that and all. How to fill the forms. Suppose how will you verify that? You can give activities to them. You can collect the opinion of the people. You can speak to the participants, community. You can visit occasionally. See, it is not just about training. After training, say after 1 week, you can visit the community. You can ask them, are you all going to post office? Are you all able to fill the application in the bank and all? Are you all able to withdraw money on your own? Are you all able to use your own ATM card? All that. Talk to the people, observe the people, take the opinion from others about how the participants are being benefited. That is follow. And report writing, very important. So you can go ahead with report writing. How to go about report writing as a trainer after giving participatory training to the adult learners? Let us see. Can you read out, Mr.
Yes, sir. So the first part is take detailed notes during the training program. If possible, write a brief report daily. Make a record of the important activities conducted during the training on a regular basis while the training is going on. Record the behavioral aspect of the trainees during the training. Capture processes along with the content. Keep one set of learning materials for reference. Note details of presentations made by groups. Write in a simple liquid language and try to write the report soon after the completion of training. Seek inputs from your co-trainers or co-facilitator.
Yes, this is the general tips for writing report. But small modalities can change from situation to situation. Basic steps will remain same. So, thus completes this unit 9. Let us get into the unit 10. Unit 10, participatory training and methodology. Especially in the training, what about the methodology and materials that we can use? Let us see briefly. So you can refer this. You can read yourself, Mr. Krishnan.
Yes, sir.
Methods, tools, equipments. You can read in mind. You can take 1 minute time.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Small group discussion is very important, especially for adult education. Why small group? Because in the large group, sometimes many people may not be able to put forward their ideas. Say when it is 3 to 5 members, you can easily monitor. You can ensure that everybody can put forward the opinion while learning. When it's a 10 members group, only 5, 6 people can speak. And sometimes only 5, 6 people can dominate. You can use plenary session. You can use even brainstorming, fishbowl technique, and of course, especially when it comes to equipments. Remember, the OHP slide projectors, they were being used until some years ago. Nowadays, we use projectors. Repeat and all we are using. And we are also using advanced equipments. But still, whatever the equipment that is available, whatever that fits the bill, that we can take. Knowledge-based learning sessions. So already I mentioned what we can do here. You can chalkboard, flip, then flip chart, models, posters, etc. Lecture method, all that and all. I mean to say, the materials required for knowledge-based learning sessions can be generally chalkboard. Earlier we used to say blackboard. Chalkboard means whiteboard. It can be whiteboard. It can be any color board. Flip chart, models, posters, even sometimes specimens also, photographs, overheads, slides, video, etc. In case if it is all about skill based demonstrations, practice sessions, apprenticeship. Apprenticeship is very important when it is like long duration. The people need to learn all the subcomponents, practice it, get thorough with that, learning by doing all that. These are the materials, I mean to say. That means whatever that is required, that equipments, materials, etc., should be available for the skill based. And especially for the skill based, we need to be a little more thorough because we are inculcating skill among the participants. We should enable them to observe. Many a time, the participants, even though they observe, many a time, they fail to notice the basic things and all. Then we have awareness generating, role play, group discussion, case studies, learning games, structured exercises, especially for the awareness. Structured exercises means I just give one, I will tell one story, a structured story, well structured story. The intention is to avoid superstitions. I say that I tell a nice story where it is interwoven with the superstition. For example, I'll be telling that when a crow sits on the roof of the house, when it shouts, it indicates the arrival of the relatives. Before that, I'll tell a story. Then I'll ask the participants, do you believe that if a crow, like when it shouts, does it mean when it make noise, does it mean relatives will come? Is it true? Is it true in most of the situation? Is it ridiculous? Is it nonsense? So is it true for some people? May not be true for some other people. People will say true for some people, may not be true for others. Then you have to say that no, from this story you can learn that this is a superstition. This is just a coincidental. Especially religious beliefs, better not to discuss. My suggestion when it comes to adult education. That's the rule. Many a time we see that people make fun of religious beliefs of community in the name of superstition.
Yeah.
See, especially when it is politicians are involved, it will be a problem. Scientists can take care of that. We teacher educators better avoid that. Sensible, let us move on. We can say science is supreme, but we cannot read it because people selectively take up practices of one religion or other religion and ignore other religions. Better respect all religions. Better avoid the discussion. The baseless beliefs. We cannot say broken mirror. If it is kept in the home, it causes disharmony. We cannot say certain religious people hesitate to keep broken mirror. Why do you want to bring the religion? Okay. Then participation training methods and techniques.
So,
Lecture. Yes.
so in structured exercises, we generally just tell them to relate with some of the superstition or some of the beliefs or with the storytelling, or is there some other methods which we follow
Other activities also you
within
can
the
some structured exercises you can give. For example, even you can give activities like fill some applications. If they learned about ABCD, all that and all. And you can give small problems also, mathematics, whether they can do plus or minus. And you can tell, you can uh, give the activity as a part of structured exercise. You can conduct some business kind of activity where people are selling some fruits, where people are selling some vegetables. A person buys certain vegetables, kg, this much money, something like that. The total how much money it is. That person says that he's going to give a rebate of if the person purchase more than 300 rupees. For 300 rupees, more than 300 rupees if you purchase, I'll give 10% rebate. The 10% rebate means how much it is. Like that. So we can give structured activity, can be through storytelling, can be you can include different strategies also, different techniques also. You can include even like a discussion, fine, and even sometimes you can show the documentary, some practices of the people. For example, I'll tell you, in some state in India, some of the people, unfortunately, they won't get food. They live in areas which are close by to the mountain region. They hunt rats and eat rats. So here we want to tell about dietary habits. You can view the case study. I can take the case study. I can tell briefly. If there are people who eat only rat, who could get only few vegetables and the rats and all, and this is their health condition and all. From this, what can you generalize? So it is the responsibility of the local community, responsibility of the government, NGOs to see that these people are empowered. The food is made to be available to them. Only eating certain amount of food may not be suggested. Like that. When you say structured, that activity has some intention to develop knowledge, to train people in certain skill, to change their attitude. Sometimes I can use structured activity where I can say that Ramesh, dear participants, Ramesh, so he's a farmer. And like till few years ago, you could grow, you could grow well. He could grow crops well. Now, since for 5 years, he's not able to get his crops properly. And weather changes, erratic rainfall, all these are contributing. And he's debt ridden. He has taken borrowed money from people and they are troubling him. And he's feeling like he has already crossed the age of 60 years and feeling more depressed. What can be? What he can do? He has no money. How he can grow? What he can do? So I can give some kind of brainstorming to them. So whether it's knowledge or skill or attitude, that I can just take as a part of structure. Anything you take when it comes to adult education, it is more of participatory approach. Participatory means not just giving feedback, but also adding, aiding, even aiding also, aiding the presenter. Now coming to this uh, participatory training methods and techniques. Basically, we say lecture method, case study, play, simulation, instruments, and learning games. What are instruments that I'll show you? Okay, and even learning games also. See, adult learners, in fact, in one angle, they are also like children only. Because even nowadays, when we attend some program, let us break the ice, the tutor says, or the trainer says. Because no trainer nowadays get into the task so quickly. They want to first connect with the audience. So they use multiple strategies. Likewise, for adult education also, we need to use multiple strategies. Lecture method alone is not sufficient. See, except to skill, if it is only purely related knowledge or attitude, even then we need to use at least two or three strategies and all. Right? Other methods of participatory training, demonstrations, field visits, apprenticeship practice. And demonstrations already I told how to give demonstrations, and I think you are quite well versed. So you teach maths, right? So show them how to solve the problem systematically. That is a demonstration. You may not be doing the
Well, sir, I also want to ask one thing. See, the perspective that we are looking, adult education, is this only valid for an unorganized sector, or it can be replicated in the organized sector as well? Because we are taking example mostly of the adults who are farmers, or they are vegetable sellers, or even they are living in the community. We are talking about unorganized sector where we might get different people with different mindset, with different
yes.
backgrounds, and we obviously there are a lot of challenges coming up, bringing them together and getting them aligned to the single process or learnings. So it would be difficult, I understand, but can it be replicated to the organized sector, or there are different set of skills which is required to be into an organized sector?
Can you just simplify your question?
Sir, what are the methods we are learning? Is it only valid in an unorganized sector, or we can replicate the same into an organized sector as well? An organized education system, because adults, they are we are considering adults as in community people only. Right now, whatever examples we are taking or we are learning, so we are just taking community as our
Can be
scenario.
yes, yes. It can be for any adults, but one difference is that basic adult education, we give more importance to the people who are not literates.
Okay.
First importance. Second importance, neo-literates. That means we have semi-literates, we can say,
Yeah.
who know all basics of the things, basic knowledge. We have basic knowledge. And children who are dropouts nowadays. You mean to say about other adults? So other adults and all, like if they are professionals, we cannot say that we are providing them adult education. That is different. There the strategies will vary. So I may be handling, suppose I'm giving a talk. I'm giving a talk to the people. Suppose I may get chance to talk to the scientist. Say something I want to share with the scientist community, like about my education field. So it's a request session. I'll be asking scientists, sir, beside I'll be telling, sir, beside your own science investigation, discovery, contributions, I also request you all to connect with the society, popularize science like that. Now I'm handling scientists, but they're not. I cannot say they're like adult learners. They may be adult learners, but that is different. Their background is different. They are more of formal. They have their own knowledge. So definitely, my strategy is like in tune with their requirements. So when we say adult education, it is like out of the box. It is more of field based. It's more of community centered. The community can be homogeneous or heterogeneous. Homogeneous farming community. Heterogeneous different male people, female people, transgenders, etc. Like that. I think can I just fastly show the slides because
Yeah,
12:30
yeah.
getting over, and
Sure, sir.
afternoon I'll be taking up the block 4. Is that okay for you?
Sure, sure, sir.
I'm thankful to you, Mr. Krishnan, because I could feel happy because you are sitting with lot of patience. Even I'm also a distance learner only, so I'm continuously doing courses in IGNO, programs in IGNO. I think I informed you already because we become more constructive, more vibrant, more engaging. People feel like to listen to us. Automatically, that confidence will come in us. See, I
Yes,
have
sir.
not done any course in adult education, but I've been teaching it since 4 years. So already also have guided for dissertation for MA adult education and PG diploma in adult education. I was a mentor, state mentor. Now all these opportunities are given by the IGNO. Now due to all these, I'm also more connected with adult education. Whenever I get opportunity, I interact with the adult learners, especially the people who are basic literates or people who are non-literates, etc. I'll just run the slides.
Sure, sir.
So field visits.
You can go through them, I mean, briefly because I'm aware of all that. I've already worked in social work field, so I have worked in community. I have worked with visits.
I can just run the slides, right?
Yeah, you can run the slides. No,
Okay.
it's more of interactive session is more of learning thing for me right now because
Yes,
again
yes,
we are learning participating form
yes.
of learning, right? So it's a participation which I'm getting in here, and that is more important right now. So
Yes.
I can go through it. There's no worries.
I hope you will be attending the afternoon session also.
Definitely, sir. Actually, only I today I get a time. Otherwise, last Sunday I had a webinar, so I missed the class. Otherwise, I must have came.
So these are the materials.
Yes, sir.
Systematic preparation, understand yourself, and planning for self-development. Planning for self-development. Now you are doing PG certificate. Let you go for PG diploma. Later, possibility is there MA education, MA adult education. There all you can manage because you don't have to attend any regular class, only counseling. For MA education, you have a dissertation work. That's more better, more depth, and it is a PG program. Unit 11, learning environment of participatory training. So already we discussed small group facilitation. And when you go for a small group, you should see who is dominating, who is not dominating, who is able to speak, who is encouraging others, who is keeping quiet, who is just listening, all that. Decision making, participation. People participate through decision making and problem solving. Decision making.
You can go on.
I hope you understand these terms.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The plot means,
Anytime, like if I feel if I'm not understanding, I'll ask you.
yes, yes. I just feel like to tell. The plot means I say something. Nobody responds. That's all. Even though my opinion is valid, nobody want to respond. Finished. problem solving, leadership styles. We have three types. Of course, there are as many as types. Factors affecting leadership behavior within the leader self and in the group. As a leader in me and as a leader with my group. Role of the leader, conflict resolution. Different types are there. Better problem solving is better.
Yes, sir.
Unconscious process of groups. Counter dependency, dependency, fight, flight, pairing. Many people they want they have their own groups again in the like political parties, and someone
Agree.
always come with their own problems only. These are the issues. Sometimes they are like children only. Important
Yes, sir.
consideration while conducting training. These are the important points.
We can see we can have that experience watching houses, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. When
Yes,
yeah.
trainers' role and behavior. Participatory research compared to conventional research. The participatory research, he can speak to the adults and their opinion, everything will become more important. Especially remember this organization, ICAE, the International
Okay.
Council for Adult Education. It is there throughout, in 75 countries.
Okay.
Participatory research. So characteristics I have put more focusing on learners, slightly different from regularized research. Looking more into the thought process, skills, experiences of the learners. Key outcomes. You can refine the capacities. You can give new knowledge, create informed options, liberate the mind, increase ownership, empowerment, ideological commitment. Yes.
Sir, actually, in this course, there is one practical also. I just want if we can put some light on that, what exactly we have to do with that before just ending the session. If we can have some small discussion on it.
Practical activity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, honestly, I was given the task of this paper alone. To be honest, I did
Okay.
not get into the activity. I think
Okay.
our assistant regional director is the right person to tell. I request Hema Malli madam.
Yes, sir. Regarding that practical paper,
Yes.
yes, sir. That orientation was done the very first day for the practical activities which you will have to undertake. That PPT we have already sent to the mail, sir. Our
That I have received, ma'am.
yeah,
The
professor
what?
from headquarter, he only handled the class. I will send the audio recording also. And sir has
Okay.
actually gave all the suggestions and guidance to how to go about those activities. You can take up the activities on your own and submit to your study center, sir. You belong to which region or center, sir?
RC3,
Delhi.
Delhi.
Okay. So you will have to undertake activities on your own, and then you will have to submit the records to your study center, not to the regional
Okay.
center, to your study center, sir. I'll be sending the
Okay. Okay.
recording. So once this class is done, after
That will help, ma'am. Yeah, that will help.
okay, sir,
Just
so
sharing
that
with
you
others.
will get all the guidance.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. See you in the afternoon.
Uh,
The class is done, sir, today.
yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Okay, I'll stop the recording, sir. And the afternoon class, okay, sir, 3:30.
Yes, madam.
Sure.
So 3